And we're live! Welcome back to S5E on the Sigil stream. My name, as always, is Mr. Howland Guthrie. How you doing? I am here, once again, joined by the lovely and talented Mr. Gary. No.
I'm not here.
He's not here, nor is he talented. But we are joined by the very talented Erica.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, Erica. Of course, my love, the lovely Joe.
Hi, that's me.
We wouldn't be anything without our friend
It's me,
Ahmed.
I guess.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's like a yeet or a thing, or
No, he's a muscle
It's
man.
like a weird dab. Are you just doing the muscle man?
I
pose?
can't tell
don't
if
know.
he's frozen or not.
Yeah, he's just.
Is that a young person pose?
And tonight we are joined by a special guest star, Mr. Noah Averbach-Katz.
What's up, everybody? That was a really weird pose, and you held it for a really long time. I love it.
He commits. I think that's
Yes.
the one thing that we all know about and love about him.
Commit to the bit, Ahmed.
Thank you so much for joining us, Noah. This is going to be really fun.
I'm super excited to be here. I'm excited I got to kind of get a sneak peek at the book, and I'm super excited to try and force a TPK and destroy your show and your characters and everything else.
Bring it on.
You can't destroy something we want to destroy all the time.
Just
I
run
noticed
into the
you did
ground.
Say super twice, which is awesome. I appreciate that. S5E, of course, the Kickstarter did end, I think, on Friday or something.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's over.
It's all done. You don't need to watch the show anymore. That's a lie. But you can, I mean, there are other ways that you can back. You can make sure you check out the Kickstarter where it is right now and see what kind of information there is to find out the ways you can still get the book. And then, of course, eventually when it comes out, you can just buy the book like a normal person. But I think the Kickstarter topped out at like over 50.
50 grand.
Oh, wow.
Something
Ooh.
epic.
Yeah.
I mean, they met their goals almost immediately, didn't they? And then it
Yeah.
just was up
I
from
think
there.
it was within the hour that we launched it, right?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
I mean, I
Royal
helped.
we. Joe launched it. Guys, Joe did it. She made it happen.
You're
Well done,
welcome.
Joe. This was her
I'll
baby.
take 15%.
That's right.
No, but congratulations to Sigil Entertainment for putting that together, and no, obviously you had a crack at the book, and you're obviously a fan.
I loved it, and I'm very excited. That's going to be a lot of money for everybody to embezzle, so
That's
you better get started
this is
now.
all about embezzling, and I think I heard the
Name of the
best way
game.
to embezzle is to talk about it openly live.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
That's rule one.
There's something about Double Jeopardy, that movie, where they do it. They talk
If you say it
about
on a live stream, you can't be
Yeah,
persecuted.
it's like you can't persecute 6 people for the same crime
That's
in
right.
the same live stream. Tonight is Chapter 5 of S5E, which we have been trucking along in this adventure. I'm so proud of these players, let me just say. You guys have taken what essentially is a new game, and you've ran with it in such an amazing way that has made me more excited to continue running it. So, you guys deserve a little bit of that.
Oh, I dig you all, and
Mainly Erica.
Mainly
but
Erica.
That was implied, but I appreciate you stating it for the record.
It was, yeah, for sure. And of course, make sure you check out other Sigil stuff. We got other Kickstarters coming up in the future. And if you're a fan of this awesome, fun character that's joining us, make sure you check out his Twitch channel.
Come follow me, hang out, please, so I'm not sitting in my room by myself.
We'll all agree to hang out.
Thank
Embezzlement
you.
Keeps people together.
Yeah,
Legally binding.
or else.
Or else we'll take each other down. But no, yeah, you can check it out at the Type 1 Trekkie. I've already followed, so why haven't you, audience?
Rude. That's
Yeah.
rude.
Peer pressure. That's what we do here. Is there anything anyone wants to talk about that's really exciting before we start this thing? Ahmed, you got anything big going on, bud? You got a nice shirt.
My son's playing piano. He's getting pretty good.
He's playing piano, and you
His
sound like
father's
a...
playing piano.
Yeah,
Monster.
Pretty good.
you do monster piano. That's good. Okay, so I guess we got nothing. Let's play S5E. The ground shakes around you. Turning on your heels, you see the wall of the studio shift and crack. With a thunderous crash, the wall breaks from the roof and crumbles down, falling onto the faded front grounds outside, revealing the city of Vale. Before you, the darkened city skyline sits ominous and withdrawn, as if on another planet. The cold, voiceless silhouette stands as if painted on, almost peaceful, until you see the plume of black smoke rising from the explosion from somewhere within the city. The mayor has little to say as you pick her up, other than thank you, as you all navigate your way down the broken building onto the lawn once again. By now, more than half of the police officers that have occupied this area are gone, responding to the explosion. The chief runs across the lawn towards the four of you, followed by a retinue of emergency responders who tend to the other hostages they're pulling out of the building. The mayor whispers another weak thank you as she's whisked away towards the ambulances. The chief storms towards you. "What the fuck happened in there?" she says with a panicked look on her face. Her face is tense with anxiety, sweat beading from her brow. She looks towards you, Hammerchain.
What is the most professional way to say, we did it?
As the building is like just casually falling behind you. There's like rocks falling.
That last little facade just crumbling behind us. I'd like to... we checked that everybody got out of the building. The actual hostages themselves got out of the building.
Yeah, everything worked out well.
Everyone's alive. Everyone that we still had tied up is also alive. So I would like to state very confidently that we maintained our at least 90% alive threshold. And in fact, it's exceeded it because everyone is alive.
That's right.
Job well done, team.
So you summarize this to the chief in basically that tone, and her jaw just, hangs open. She studies each of your faces for a moment. It's just like, okay. Well, obviously we have a bigger problem at hand. Suddenly another explosion. This one's smaller than the first, erupts from the city center again, miles from where you are now. You see the light against the towers surrounding the city center. She turns back to you with a nervous expression and begins walking to the side of the house, gesturing for you to follow. She sort of waves. "Listen to me. I'm trusting you here. The agent took down hundreds of criminals over the past 15 years, she says, with sort of a hushed voice as you're all sort of walking around her in a bit of an entourage. Any number of them had weapons, gear, body armor, you name it. A few of them even had shit strong enough to bring down this city. There was nowhere to keep it. Transporting it was too risky, too easy to be attacked. So the agent built a vault. She turns again towards the large black cloud of smoke rising from the city just beyond, right beneath City Hall. She signals to a helicopter as you round the corner, sort of gives it the gesture to fire up, and you hear it, the chopping of the blades in the air, thudding your chest like a heartbeat. And she stops. The helicopter may be 50 feet from the four of you. She looks each of you in the eyes, more serious than you've ever seen her. And you spot fear, concern, doubt. But she nods it away and says, "I don't know what was kept in that vault exactly, but if they planned this, whatever they're taking out of there could bring this city to its knees. Nothing can leave that vault." She adds with wide eyes, "Whatever it takes." And with that, you board the helicopter as it begins cutting through the city air. It lifts off the ground, sending up leaves and debris from the burning building behind you. And as you head off towards the city, as if slow motion, it grows larger as you approach. The billowing cloud of black smoke again rising from the direction of City Hall. It puts a knot in your stomach, especially yours, Bloom, as you're sitting in the helicopter. Why?
Bloom is grabbing the seat of this helicopter tightly in her hands. The blood just drains from her face, and she's staring out the window, grinding her teeth, trying not to be reliving these flashbacks of the helicopter crash that happened directly after she gained her powers. Her stomach is just churning, and she's trying to keep her mind on what it is the police chief said, and she almost missed it. As soon as they rounded the corner and she saw the chopper in the rain, she kind of like zoned out. Like all of the words are just passing through her ears, and she's just staring at the window like.
Yeah, you're just doing the gestures, and Connor, Hammerchain, Ranjit, you all see her sort of just blank stare as she clutches with white knuckles. Do any of you say anything?
I feel like this is the first indication at all that we've actually seen Bloom kind of emote, because she's been so good at kind of either keeping her composure through everything, that this is the first kind of crack we're seeing in the armor. I don't think Hammerchain is going to say anything and just kind of be, I think, kind of respecting that assumed sense of professionalism.
Yeah.
But
I turn and I say, first time.
Ahmed, you know you have your sound effect on, right?
Yeah, you've a very deep voice.
First I thought you were fucking with us, and then I'm like, oh no, you just don't know it's
I
on.
thought that was like the character voice. I was like, I want to meet this character. Who is this giant robot killer sent to protect
You were
the
like-
city?
You were like, my son just started playing piano. Good.
you're giggling at the start. You're so intensely proud of the piano.
Ranjit said shit. What does Connor say though?
Connor will look over and notice and just be like, "You all right there, kid?"
She swallows hard and looks up at you, and she says, last time I was in a helicopter, it didn't come down so easy. Let's just put it that way.
And at that,
Understandable.
the chopper bounces up and down with turbulence, and then, as if from out of nowhere, the nose of the helicopter reels back as the hiss of a rocket barely misses you. It reels back, all of you holding on for dear life. "Hold on!" shouts the pilot as it goes back and forth to regain its momentum. Your muscles all tense. The helicopter spins wildly. You fight to hold on, and then you see it. The second rocket heading straight for you. The high-pitched ring tears its way through your ears but you feel the fire first from the explosion. It blooms over you, singeing your exposed hairs, and with a deafening crash, you feel the chopper grind against the building as it falls to the street below. And blackness. Until you regain consciousness, to see small fires have broken out all over the city street below you. Through hazy blinks, you see figures approaching you. The people who shot you down, more or less.
These fucks.
Yeah,
Bastards.
you were standing outside of the chopper, and as you all begin to gain your composure, you see a man at the back just sort of fall at first. There's this sort of big goon standing on the hill, and you can see him pointing. He's actually holding the rocket launcher. And then all of a sudden his eyes just sort of glaze over, and he falls to his knees and then falls to his stomach. And standing behind him, you see someone you've never seen before who doesn't seem like they fit in with this. Noah, who are they looking at across the city?
Well, as they're looking, you guys all look over, and this guy, you can see through his stomach this like blade of light energy just sort of like pierce through and just spurt blood forward. And as he falls, you just see actually a blonde-haired human with like long blonde hair, sort of like a sun-beaten face, in this sort of like very futuristic, tightly fitting armor that sort of wraps around his body, but just sort of like a slim, blonde, weather-beaten human standing there, who stabs this guy through the stomach and then says, "How's everybody doing over there? That was quite a spill you all took."
And as his voice cuts across the quiet square, I want you all to roll for initiative.
Nah, man, it begins.
It
7.
begins.
Sorry,
Boo.
I've not rolled yet.
Nice. Ooh.
Okay, so 16.
Oh,
16
again,
for you,
16.
Erica?
16 for me.
We're like
Ranji?
initiative, like twins.
Buddy.
16.
Joe?
4.
Noah?
16.
Hey.
316. Who wants to go first? Who wants to go first? Well, you know what? Let's do this. We'll get Noah
My
first.
dex is 12.
We're going to put Noah first because I think introduction-wise, it'll be just funny.
That makes sense.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and these guys are all going last anyway. So we're going to go off the top with Noah, and then I'm just going to pick. We're going to say Hammer Chain,
Okay.
and then we're going to say Ranjit, Gary, Bloom, and the baddies, if they last that long. So, yeah. This man calls out across the square to you. He stands there as described on top of this fallen pile of rubble. And these goons sort of turn to you, not even realizing that you just killed their captain. And they point these large machetes at you, Noah.
Uh-oh.
What do you do?
Let's see. What do I do? I think what I'll do is they all turn their machetes towards me. Is there anywhere around me on this map that could offer me... No, I'm just going to shoot them with a laser gun. I think I'll just pull out a small laser pistol and aim at the one that is like directly in front of me and just try and shoot him in the face.
Brilliant. Give me a
I
roll.
love the practicality in that. That was fantastic.
Gotta shoot a laser gun.
Does a 15 hit?
It does.
All right.
Hell yeah.
That will be 5 points of damage as I just
Nice.
take this a small little handheld laser pistol. I just sort of take aim and just smash him with this laser blast.
Yeah, his face sort of goes flush as this laser slashes his cheek open. He holds it for a second. He's a bit shocked, a bit taken aback. He's never seen a gun like this. And he's flustered for a moment as he turns to his friends and then his friends, because they're friends. They're not just enemies. These guys are close. They go to games together. Before all this, it was a great
Birthday
time.
parties,
It's
slip
actually
and
his
slide.
role-playing troupe. He plays RPGs with these guys. He's
Damn,
like
now-
Delta Formation.
Now I just want to hang out with him now.
Yeah, they're pretty cool actually.
For a bonus action,
Yeah.
could I? Let's see what I have. Yes. Okay. Could I use Helping Hand? And you can all see actually, like from the center of my back, another arm grows up, and I think I'm just going to flick the laser pistol up to the hand that's going to hold on to it above me, leaving my other two hands free.
Yeah, perfect.
As you do.
Yeah, so you see this hand stretch out from behind this character, and you just toss it up. Does the hand? What does it look like? Is it like a metal hand? Or is it
No,
like
it's just another human hand, just a totally regular
fleshy
human hand coming out of someone's back and reaching over their head, hanging down.
Amazing. And no one's like worried about this. They're all just like, yeah, we know what world we're in. Fuck yeah. Cool. Do you want to move, or is that your turn?
I think I will stay there.
Perfect. Hammer Chain. You watch
Okay.
this happen from this mysterious stranger.
So as far as Hammer Chain's, grown up, he's grown up in a world of superheroes. His family's from a line of local superheroes. He himself has had to study to get where he is. Does he know this guy?
No. Actually,
What?
you know what? Give me a roll. Give me a roll. Give me a history roll.
History roll?
Sure, why not?
All right, we're gonna see. 17 on the die.
No, you've been kicking around the city for a while. What do you think? Do you think you've ever maybe vaguely crossed paths with Hammer Chain?
Seeing that I, Noah, have no idea who Hammer Chain is or anything about him, I'm going to go ahead and say no.
I don't even know who you are.
Have I heard of any rumors of this guy before? Any
I would say-
description?
I would say, unless you've changed your appearance drastically over the course of the past few years, Noah, which would be your call.
Yeah, I would say no. You know, I'm just sort of this blonde human with a hand sticking out of their back. There's nothing sort of identifying about their features. So you know, especially considering my class, I think especially not. I think particularly
Perfect.
no.
Cool.
I like
yeah,
that.
So you don't know. Yeah, you're like, I have no idea who this is.
I actually like that more because that means something for him to not know about this guy at all. Oof, that is quite the entrance.
Yeah. You're really.
Also trying to put some pieces together for what just happened as far as us getting here. Hammerchain's going to look over at Bloom and just do a very quick assessment. The very little he knows about her, can he check to see if she is recovered to normal or in sort of a, I'm not going to say kill mode, but concerned about the 90% threshold?
Well, the chief said whatever it takes. So you do what you got to do at this point. These guys are not pulling punches. And for the audience, if you remember, these guys have been told by the chief previous that they are not meant to kill. They're sort of meant to be in the middle ground. But I think it's no hold bars now. This is different than a few people that are holding people hostage. This is an all-out warfare on this city. So
I guess in this case, Bloom, how are you doing right now?
Bloom has just crawled from the wreckage of this helicopter. She is in full fight or flight mode. Her skin is this wild pattern that's like almost zebra stripes. The way that when she gets like all emotionally antagonized or when she goes about to use her powers, like that camouflage effect starts to sort of seep in. So she's got this like bright warning, like venomous animal type look to her skin right now. She's on all fours and she's just thrown up on the pavement. And I think it's really awesome that she's last in initiative order because she's definitely going to take a second at least to get her bearings. So she's not feeling great, but she is ready to fuck some people up for sure.
cool.
And that's why he was checking.
Yeah.
Connor, do I have the shield? I'm
Gary's
seeing
saying
a
yes.
vague nodding. You're
He's
muted,
but
though.
he's saying yes.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry, I'm pretty sure you do. I'm almost certain we handed it back over.
Yep.
For their own sake, I'm going to go right into the middle and get up onto this guy. And then just hopefully pull them more towards me. Just so, you know, they're not left alone to deal with this and still survive. Okay.
Cool.
So if I can just take a swing at this guy, that'd be awesome.
Go for it.
So we are doing 24.
Yeah, that
Hell
hits.
Fantastic. This is for your own good, buddy. Trust me.
This is for your own good. What you say? This is for your own good.
You'll thank me in the
That
end.
is 10.
10 damage?
10 damage.
Nice. Yeah.
Excellent.
You
I
land
would like
a
to
mighty
use-
blow.
I'm going to follow that up, though, so we're not done yet. Combo attack. Spend 1 focus point, make 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action.
Oh, yeah.
So the first unarmed strike, that is
Oh,
a
no.
4. That one's not going to hit, I don't think.
As a natural 1.
That is a natural 1, which is very... We're going to pretend that didn't happen.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, you whiff it.
That was
You try
definitely
to- you take a swing with your axe and it goes right across this person as they're sort of reeling from your first hit.
Oh, that was supposed to be a punch where I just got air. But
Yeah,
for the
but
second
you
one on
used
the
your
way
axe, you
back,
forgot. And it-
since for the second hit, we have 14. Does
yeah,
that
that'll hit.
fantastic? And then I'm going to. That one, first one was just a distraction, obviously, and that's another 8. 8 damage.
Yeah, this person's barely standing. You hit him
Fantastic.
with this old 1-2. The first one connects, the second one whiffs, the third one knocks their teeth back into their head a little bit, and they sort of take a stagger as they try to look up at you through some bleeding eyes.
Again, sir, for your own good.
Good job. Ranjit. Whoop.
I look up at the gentleman in the bottom. This guy. The guy on this crosswalk. Yeah.
Big guy under the left.
And I say, Jammy Dodger! And I fire a shadowy bolt at him.
Yeah, you fire a shadowy bolt.
It's a Jammy Dodger. Does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit.
Yes. Okay. And he is frightened.
He's frightened.
Attack.
Nice.
Yeah, he takes 9 points of damage, and he's frightened.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Good hit. Yeah. He takes it
That's
right
my
in his
turn.
chest. You hear him, "Ugh," and these like shadowy tendrils begin to grow all over him. And he has this, suddenly he has this expression. And he like looks at the fire behind you that's in the helicopter, and he looks at the fire behind him. And suddenly he seems like extremely afraid of everything around him. And he sort of takes a tentative half step back. Great job. Connor!
I think it's very interesting also that Connor is so low on the initiative, because he will be initially, as all this is kind of happening, just staring at the flames that have engulfed the helicopter, almost frozen, until he
Drama.
hears, like he looks over, he sees Bloom throw up and is almost like confused until he hears Jammy Dodger, and then just in his out loud goes, "I love Jammy Dodgers." Ah! And then is going to try and run up to attack the guy just above Hammer Chain as he tries to like kind of knock some sense back into himself. Jammy Dodgers, they're beautiful, delicious biscuit.
Brilliant. Yeah. You can pop. Yeah, we got like a traumatized group of heroes. right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having a hard
I
day.
think I can get up.
My friends.
It's been
By
a
the way,
rough
we're
one.
friends
Yeah,
now.
25.
Oh, yeah, you're all
I'll try hit this dude, but on the way up, Connor will like flex his robotic arms, casting Mighty Focus.
nice.
And I'm gonna try hit him
Are
with
you
my
trying to show
batchet.
off? Are you trying to show off to the mysterious stranger?
You know what? He will use it as a method of intimidation.
You
He'll be like, look at my shiny arms. Look at them ripple in the flames. He'll also
Are you
have like a
focusing?
weird half baseball bat, half hatchet in his hand.
The batchet. That's right.
The batchet
So,
is
yeah.
out.
This is important. He's got a weapon called the batchet that they forged together as a team. That's the hatchet head and a bat, and with lightning they made the batchet. So it's pretty wet. And I think
Yeah,
you
I think I'm just
minute-
looking at it a little confused. Like, is that going to just fall apart? Is that like, what is
No,
that?
it's a
A very
Is that-
good blade.
friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Friendship.
Give me a roll to hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna try hit. Does 17 hit?
Yes, it does.
Nice.
Okay. Hooray. Oh, nice. 12 points of damage.
Ooh, brilliant.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
Got a
Lovely.
hit.
Brilliant. And are you doing anything else? Is that it?
No, because my bonus action was the flexing and casting that spell. So yeah, then I smack him and that's it.
Excellent. Bloom.
Yeah.
You are leaning over a puddle of your own vomit.
I am. Speaking of puddles, I see that there's rain on our virtual tabletop.
Oh,
Can
yeah,
I
there
presume that we are standing on wet
Ooh.
surfaces?
It would be safe to assume, yeah.
Rock and roll. So Bloom notices her colleagues rushing into action. She extends one hand from her perch on the ground
Yeah.
and shoots a shockwave out at these antagonists here. She's going to target a sort of like a middle square.
Yeah.
And so that extends in like a 5-foot radius,
hit
essentially.
2 of them?
I'm going to hit 2 of them.
Cool.
They're going to have to make some dexterity saving throws for me. As they are
Easiest thing in the world, I'm sure.
in
First one makes a 10.
contact. No, fail.
Second one makes a dex -3.
Great.
That'd be a 7.
Yeah, they both fail.
Nice.
So they're both going to take 3d10 damage.
3d10.
Yeah, because they're standing
Nice.
on this wet surface. It's very
Nice.
a circumstantial kind of spell or
Very
power.
tall
for
for
me.
escape
I
3.
tried. Sorry, buddy.
So that's 23 damage each.
Okay,
Oh
so
my god.
Wow.
Oh my
so
god.
the one in front of Hammer Chain just fucking explodes. Just in like a shower of electricity that courses up through the puddle she's standing in. You just see her flesh crackle and just pop. Because again, right now we're not worrying about killing people.
Nah,
And the guy above takes 23. You said?
that's right.
Yeah. So he's
Oh my goodness.
he's hurt, but he ain't down. Nice. Now it's their turn.
Wow.
This gentleman who is frightened, he cannot move towards you, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so he has to move as far as he can. So he's just going to move up towards this character at the top, and he is going to pull out something that looks oddly familiar to you, to your character, Noah. It also looks sort of like a laser pistol of sorts. It's a little bit unfamiliar, but you recognize the mechanics of it to be similar to yours. But to all of you, you've never seen anything like this before. Something about this one seems very different. And he's going to fire at you with a... Ooh, dirty 20 to hit.
Ouchie. Ow. Hey.
Yikes.
That's what you say?
Hey. Ow.
Hey! And you're going to take a whole whopping 4 piercing damage.
All right.
Meanwhile, this gentleman who... He also just saw you kill his friend, I suppose. No, you know what? He also just saw Bloom electrocute his buddy, so I think he's going to be upset down in this direction. I think he's going to move down towards Hammerchain.
Dang.
Unfortunately, Hammerchain, and he is going to do a... Oh yeah, he is going to attack you with his 2 mighty, powerful fists.
How powerful?
Pretty dang powerful. I'll tell you exactly how powerful. He tries to hit you with a 15.
No.
No!
No.
Okay.
17. I got my friend shield.
Oh! So he reels back and he fires one of his massive fists, and it hits the adamantine shield and has this ripple effect. And he sort of pulls his hand back angrily, and unfortunately he doesn't hit you. But
Not today.
the gentleman standing next to you, Connor, he does have more of a chance to hit you. Yeah, with a 22 and an 18.
Connor will sudden swerve on the 22, and will probably have to take the brunt of the 18, because that hits.
Okay, so sudden swerve, you step beside him?
I step into an unoccupied 5 foot a square.
Nice.
And I can't move myself at the moment, I'm sorry. I'm
Just
I've been
having
kicked
trouble.
out of the game board. But yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, that's where I would like to go there. It's beautiful.
Perfect. So he misses you, or he hits you with the first one, but you sudden swerve and take the brunt of it without taking any damage. However, he reels back and hits you with 11 damage in your secondary position. He just knocks you right in the face. Your helmet reverberates. You hear the echoing inside. And you killed the other guy, didn't you? Yeah, so that's it. Top of the round, Noah.
So I just saw this guy down here pull out sort of it sounds like a modified version of what I have. Is that
A
correct?
lesser
Similar. It's sort of a
version.
futuristic
I
looking
see, great.
pistol.
Can I, I'm going to walk up to him and, or walk. Yeah, I'm just going to sort of stride towards him.
Very casual.
And very casual. And I'll put my hand on his shoulder. And I will cast Alter Self and use my Identity Thief ability to become him and also force him to make a Wisdom saving throw to try and pick
Cool.
up some information about what he's up to.
That's
Brilliant.
awesome.
Yeah, you walk over. Again, he's got a -4 to his wisdom, so...
Yeah. He doesn't look very... I sort of look him in the eyes and it's like, oh, there's nothing going on in there.
Not very
Well, I rolled a
wisdomous.
19, so 15.
Wisdom is
15 will actually pass, but I will become him. You'll without any sort of like fanfare or anything. It's like everyone blinks and I just am this guy. And then using his exact voice, I'll shout to his other comrades and point to him and say, "Look, an imposter! Get him!"
Nice. All right, give me a persuasion or a deception, I suppose.
Deception. Just 16.
Okay. Let's see. See if they buy it. I like it. Ooh. No.
All right.
Sorry, one
seeing,
of them does. Yeah, one
seeing,
of them doesn't.
What is it done?
Yeah, so the guy to the north in front of Connor, he sort of is a similar build. He's this big guy, and he's very doubtful, and he's kind of like, oh, kind of a big moose-looking guy. The one south of him kind of looks at you with a bit of doubt.
I'll see that, and then I will sort of the hand on my shoulder. I'll use my bonus action to use the thorn and claw ability. So my hand will sort of reach around his shoulder into this like sharp claw, ready to dig into him on my next turn.
Cool. On the guy you just identity.
Yes, exactly.
This guy's
Brilliant.
spooky.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
spooky, very cool. Yeah, great job. I'm going to give you inspiration for that idea.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank
I
you.
think it was a really great idea. We'll use that as the inspiration sound effect. Cool. Hammer chain. You watch all this unfold. I don't know if you see from your periphery, but you see this gentleman sort of assume the identity of this other character, and you sort of see this work as he tries to bluff. You more or less know what's going on, but you're standing in front of this gentleman who seems to have doubted what has just transpired.
Well, I can say that as far as me having never heard any rumors about this guy who showed up and is not attacking us, I'm going to be starting some rumors after this because that is, I will be the grapevine to get this going.
She's going to tell us what she saw. She's going to tell us what she saw.
It's all going through his head right now. I just have a question as far as dodge goes.
Yeah.
The dodge action. How exactly does that work?
Joe?
Oh, don't put this on my shoulders.
Dodge
Essentially,
5E.
it's
Standard D&D dodge.
yeah. It's a you get
Attack roll, you get
everyone gets disadvantaged against
Yeah.
you.
So you
Okay.
use your action to take dodge, and then any attack against you has disadvantage.
Okay, so I'd like to use because I'm assuming that if I skip this guy here, and I just run up to this guy who's beside Connor and try to smack him, this guy's going to get an attack.
Nah.
No?
You can disengage.
No, no, no.
Disengage.
You're never gonna leave his like reach.
Oh yeah,
essentially.
you're still within the square, so you're not going to leave his
Oh,
square. So,
awesome.
yeah, you can move up and not take him.
Fantastic. Then I'm not even going to worry about that. Thank you. Save me for having to be cautious. I'm going to go right up to this guy because I want to finish him off and they're hitting this hard.
Yeah.
So that is my plan there. Let's see if that actually pays off. Oh, it's not going to pay off at all. That's a 9.
Oh, yeah. No, you don't hit him. You try to, but he's not happy about it. He just kind of looks at you and just like.
I'm still looking over my shoulder to do anything from that. Okay, well then in that case, I would still like to spend my other action, my focus point, to take the dodge action as a bonus action on my turn.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so
sweet.
your AC. So that's awesome. So anyone attacking you is going to disadvantage. Plus you have the shield, right? So your AC is like 20 right now.
Yes, and I've still got my reaction, so I'm trying to tank a little bit to help out and keep some
Honestly,
people
that's
off
a
it.
great
My poor
idea.
traumatized team, and
That's great planning. Wonderful. Excellent. Ranjit, you see Hammer Chain taking this like tank approach.
Yeah, I
And he is
follow her up.
Tank. Him.
Yeah, I attack the same target. That's a 15. Is that a hit with my shadowy blast?
Yes, it is.
Yes!
Awesome. And I say, Palabok! And I hit him with some shadows. And he's going to be
Cool.
scared.
You're so scared right now.
He takes 6. I'm so scary. He takes 6
Scarier
points.
than shouting Jammy Dodger at somebody.
someone's keeping like a list of all the food we've been introduced to.
Ahmed is. So you
I have a huge list of delicious foods from around the globe.
Perfect. Yeah, he looks frightened again. Well, this guy for the first time, and he takes a little bit of damage, just a little poke. Connor, you watch these shadowy tendrils crawl over the gentleman in front of you. What do you do?
Connor will take the opportunity to he holds his hand out, points at this guy's head, and be like, "I got you," and I'll cast Hunter's Mark.
Nice.
And I'm just gonna try hit him.
Do it.
What?
Do it, Tyler.
Ooh, natural 20.
Yeah.
20.
Nice.
Sweet.
Fuck yeah.
That's the only time that's happening. So what is it? Just the damage twice?
Roll all your damage dice twice.
Not including Hunter's Mark twice, surely.
Yes.
That'd be 2.
All your damage.
All of your dice.
Twice.
Yes. That'd be sweet.
Hey,
Yes.
Watch now get 6 damage. Wow. All right. Oh goodness gracious. 10, 15 points of damage. Oh no, sorry. Plus 19 points of damage.
19.
Look at you.
Connor, what does it look like when you lay this guy flat?
Am I allowed to kill him or should I not kill him?
Do
No,
whatever you want, bud.
Okay.
Do whatever you
I
want.
exploded a dude.
I know.
I haven't
That's not
exploded anyone.
what-
Connor will swing the batchet. He'll look back at that fire. Like a tendril of fear will streak through him, so he'll kind of lose control of his own strength. And the batchet will cleave this man from head to navel. And then Connor will just rip the rest apart and just go, "Ah, I'm not afraid!"
I'm not afraid.
I love it.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you rip this guy's body in two, and he just sort of falls with a dull thud.
He didn't need it.
Sounds
but
like you guys
inside-
really went from 0 to 60 pretty quick.
Yeah.
Don't kill him. Let's rip him in half.
But you
We're doing
notice
so well.
Last
notice-
episode, we were like knocking people out very
Connor, what
carefully.
you notice is you rip him in half. And you knew this. You must have, because he's not actually built entirely of just meat and flesh. He's kind of like a cyborg hybrid. You know, he's
Oh,
got that
that's
like
fine.
white blood from
Right.
Alien. He's type bishop stuff. You know, so he kind
Ooh.
of falls over. And Hammer Chain
Morally, it's a gray area here.
breathes.
Okay. I will take the gray area.
Yeah. they're all
Any good parts?
cyborg
Any good
hybrids.
servos?
Oh,
Start digging through it. We'll
Sure,
get
yeah,
a
dig
surprise.
through his guts. Yeah, well done. Great job. Bloom.
Make a wish.
Make a wish. Bloom, it's your turn.
Bloom is going to stagger to her feet finally and wipe a wrist across her mouth and then cast another shockwave out on this damp ground at the remaining villain who is menacing her friend, Hammer Chain.
Sorry, no, I'm gonna say. So I think
It's all dried up?
Yeah, it's all dried up.
Cool.
I think especially in a
Oh.
scenario like this that does 3d10 damage,
I know,
you can
it's
cast it infinitely.
pretty wild.
I think you literally fired so hot the first time it just evaporated the puddle. And
Yeah.
you know, a few rounds it'd probably come back.
So
but I
this
think-
the smoking asphalt is like this mist is essentially coming off the ground, and it's
For
like
real, yeah.
the rain is like hissing down on the pavement, and so Bloom staggers to her feet and she sees this villain and she runs up beside him, and just grabs him on the face.
Ooh.
And she tries to electrocute his skin off
Nice.
with an
Yes.
elemental strike.
Buy skin.
But who needs it? Not this guy.
Not this guy.
That's what I have to
overrated.
say anyway. With a 14.
14 just hits.
Hey. So that's
Zap.
so that's gonna be. Let me see here. 15 damage.
15 damage.
Yep, 2d10.
Wow, yeah.
I'm rolling rocks tonight,
You're rolling rocks.
except for initiative.
Yeah. You do that. But you were
That,
blowing
that
chunks.
ruled narratively.
Narratively, you were thrown up, so
I had a
it was
problem.
like a disadvantage. Yeah, you grab this dude's face, and he's just like skin is loose against his bones as like the electricity courses underneath it. And again, you see some of that like white fake blood dripping down. Blah, 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 blah. And it's his turn, actually, Bloom. And he ain't happy about that at all. He is going to reel back, and he is going to punch you right in the gut with a... Oh, and this is just perfect, because he rolls a natural 1.
For one.
Yes!
Now.
Yeah, I just deke out of the way.
Yeah, so...
They just dribble some white stuff.
yeah, he just like... he like sort of just throws like... He just lightly slaps your face a little bit. He's like,
He's
tired.
been shocked too many
Stop
times.
Attacking us.
You don't know
So
what he did
mean.
today. He might have had a hike or something. Like, he's just tired.
That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, he just totally whiffs it and feels bad about it. And this guy who's standing in front of Noah's character, he's really... you know what I should do? Just because he's such an idiot. So you made this deception. And he rolled essentially a 0 because he's got a -4. You're trying to deceive the others, but I feel like this guy is so dumb that he's kind of like starting to
Giving him
believe
like
it.
an existential
having-
crisis.
Yeah,
where
he's having
looking
an
at
existential
himself.
crisis. He's like, am I real? He's like looking around for a second at everybody. He's like looking at you, who's staring back at him, and he's just like, And I think honestly, between him being frightened by Ranjit and then being metamorphed in front of him, I think he's just like can't really take any actions this round. He's just gonna stand there.
Amazing.
I
Good.
cannot
Dumb
believe you shouted
idiot.
he's an imposter, and his response was, "He's a good place."
Maybe I am.
Yeah,
Maybe
Maybe
we're
I
both
am.
sort of
Do you
slowly
feel
going for a
like a
kiss.
yeah, definitely.
Stranger in your own life.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like rain, and he's like, we're all the same, like tears in the rain.
Don't you understand now?
Yeah, and it's like everything fades out. And it's just the two of you. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, he. I think he wouldn't attack you. Put it that way. Maybe he loves himself too much.
Oh, actually, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's what I mean. I should say that like he's stuck with inaction. It's a combination of multiple things, but like he doesn't want to leave. But he's kind of like holding, whatever club. He's holding that pistol, and he's just sort of like hesitating to shoot.
Could you shoot yourself? That would take
It's tough.
some guts.
Oh, I don't know.
Asking the real questions here.
Cool.
Anyway, top of the round, it is your turn, Noah.
Yeah, so I sort of see this guy sort of enthralled by me in this strange way, very confused. Yes, very sexy. I think... Did I get a good look at who I presume their sort of leader was?
Yeah, you cut him in half. But
Yeah.
you gotta look at the back
Real
of his
good.
head.
It was
So-
awesome, by the way.
I think what I'll do is cast disguise self and make myself suddenly morph into his like gang leader and be like, quick, tell me where the item is. Where are we taking it?
Okay.
what
Yeah.
I'm gonna do.
So yeah, give me another deception roll.
All right. See if this one's a little better. I'm going to use my inspiration point.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
There we go. That's going to be a 22.
Yeah. He fully believes that you are the body that you also just killed for whatever reason. But who knows?
having
Maybe
a
that
hard
was the
day.
clone, And he wants to tell you emphatically what you need to know. However, he has no idea what you're talking about. And he kind of struggles. He's kind of like, it's where you need it to be, boss. I'll get it. Tell me what you want, and I'll get it for you. Like, he's so happy to try. But
Oh, they're friends too.
he doesn't know.
Then, God. Then as my, I'll just sort of, I'm actually just going to stand there just like super disappointed. Just like,
And he's like, sad. He's like, no, boss. Please don't be disappointed, boss. I'll do anything, boss.
you've really
That's
let me
worse than
down,
angry.
Chris.
No.
Yeah. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed.
That's worse than
That's
angry,
even
boss.
worse.
That's
Yeah.
worse than angry.
And I think, yeah, that'll be the, maybe actually what I'll do is I'm like slowly have my head in my hands. I'll just slowly start to float off the ground about 10 feet in the air.
This guy's having a weird day, like a weird 5 minutes.
This guy thinks he's in like heaven. So what is this, levitate you're casting?
I as one of my abilities, I can fly.
Oh, cool.
Throw that in there.
Yeah. So yeah, you just start like hovering off the ground and
Read
not?
the book, children.
and
Read
he's
the
like,
book.
he's like, boss, and he starts like reaching his hand up and like
Yeah.
tugging at your like pant leg a little bit. It's
All
kind
right.
of sad
Yeah,
actually.
that's my turn.
Aw.
There's this like emotional moment, like it's kind of like what is that of Mice and Men, It's just
Yes,
like,
well, it's definitely going to turn into
no.
that
Back,
when
boss.
when I
When you
shoot
tell
him in
him
the
to turn
back of the
around.
head. Yeah, that's where this is headed.
Do you like
What's
look like
the
his
bias?
soul right now? Like he knows his boss died, and I was like, "No, come back."
Yes,
Yeah.
I am his surrogate father's ascending to heaven.
Send me to heaven with you, boss.
It's actually really cathartic. Yeah, it's good for him. He likes it, I'm sure. Anyway, Hammer Change, your turn.
just
As we
he's
run toward him with
taking
axes.
notes with such a feeling of just conflicted inspiration. Like this is. You guys are bad influences. You're lucky that he has already had such a healthy foundation of not murdering people and cleaving them in two. But he is filing away this information for later, just in case.
Just save it.
I think he's going to try finishing off this this gentleman here.
Cool. Yeah, go for it.
All right. This has been great. Oh, this is fantastic. 22 to continue on with the fray.
Yeah, you give a meaty swing and you hit that guy. Give me a roll.
All right. Let's see what we do here. Oh, 12.
12.
Yes,
Nice.
hammer chain.
Yeah, he is barely standing. Well done.
He's still standing.
He's still standing.
I'm not going to follow it up because I feel like I have done a lot of that.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
don't want to waste all your stuff.
Yeah.
Perfect. Ranjit, it is your turn, my friend.
Okay, I guess I will follow up Hammer Chain and fire another shadowy blast at this guy, hopefully finishing him off. And I will say, the Queen's Jam Pennies, and I fire one at him.
I want one of those.
It's getting obscure.
What's the Queen's Jam Pennies?
I got to Google this thing.
That sounds good.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh, no.
They were small cookies anyway.
2?
I rolled a 2.
Yeah. You whiff it.
That's it. That's
Ranjit,
my
you
turn. I
toss-
start moving.
2 pennies? Did you throw in your 2 cents?
Hey!
Yeah. Thank you.
What have you done?
For the currency jokes.
I love when Erica makes
I want.
It's my favorite song. Amazing. Connor, you're standing just north of the final, well, sort of final guy. I mean, the other guy doesn't seem like that much of a threat. He's tugging on the pant leg of the new guy who seems to be floating away.
And this other gentleman here, that's actually a person who's just standing there amongst us, right?
Yeah.
That is a villain. Okay, well then Connor will try to hit him.
Do it.
Boom. Do it. Boom. Boom. Since the person I last cast Hunter's Mark on is dead, can I do that again? Is that like allowed?
Yeah, so you can move it as a bonus action.
Oh, sweet. Then as a bonus action, I shall move it. Be like, I got you.
No, you can't do that.
I'll try him with the batchet. 22.
Ah, yeah.
To hit. Smack.
What do you
Connor's
hit?
like-
What's the damage?
I'm gonna hit you with my batchet, son. You're not gonna like it. 11 points of damage.
Yeah, you kill him. How does it look like when you batch at this?
He did feel bad about cleaving the other person in twain, so he'll swing it, but at the last minute
Should I
flip
put
it
different
around
music
so it's
then?
the. Yeah, well, yeah. Connor, as the swing progresses towards the head of the soon-to-be deceased man, rethinks his action and flips the blade to the other side, leaving the blunt end of the batchet to connect with his temple. Probably still lethal, but less lethal than slicing the top of his head off. We'll see how he fares after the impact subsides. Because he fucking dead!
Yeah, you knock him out.
He'll try hit him with the blunt end. He'll try not to kill him.
Non-lethal
Oh,
damage.
okay. Yeah, you do it. He's good. He gets knocked out and he falls over. Well done.
Hammer Chain it not approvingly.
So Bloom, you stare over at this sad-looking guy just tugging at the pant leg of this gentleman.
Aw, I almost feel bad for him for a second, and then I remember that they shot our helicopter out of the air
Yeah.
with a rocket launcher.
Oh, yeah! Should have killed that fucker.
Let's batch it
Yeah.
around.
And from where
we
I'm
have a pilot?
standing...
Yeah, he's fine.
Did we have a pilot?
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, he's fine.
Someone got him.
Ex-pilot.
Someone saved him. He's fine. He's just like crawling away from the wreckage. He's the guy that knows stab.
We're just busy looking cool.
Guys,
Yeah, she's gonna, from where she's standing beside Connor, she's just gonna lance a bolt of electricity over at this fool.
Lance it.
Ooh, 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Great. I'm not sure how much hit points he has. This is not my most powerful ability.
He's barely
However,
standing.
because I'm doing great, I rolled 12 damage.
Yeah, what does it look like when you zap this fool?
I love the point in time where someone gets hit by electricity and then you see their bones and then you don't see their bones and then you see their bones. That happens.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Not lightning, but electricity strikes this guy. You see his bones for a second, you don't see his bones for a second, and then you see his bones for a second, and he falls over unconscious, and you guys are standing in the street more or less alone. Well done.
Yay!
Woo!
Oi! Oi! Hey, you in the Magicians Union? Cause you got some good tricks, bro. We should exchange cards or something.
I don't know what a union is, and I have just a sort of loose understanding of what a magician is. As he'll like slowly sort of float down to the ground and sort of regard you all and say, greetings, underlings. You're quite late. You didn't really do much help. I don't know why you took one of those things, those flying death traps. Clearly they aren't really meant for people if you can just blow them up. But anyway, perhaps we should get to business, seeing as what I need is gone, and you're all here to, of course, help me. Just one moment, please. And he will blast this unconscious henchman just right through the head with his laser pistol.
Oh, God.
There you go.
Yes.
Okay.
And then he'll look up and he'll disguise himself again, and this time just like a sort of mid-40s woman with long brown hair, blue eyes, just sort of striding very calmly towards everyone.
RJ is just gonna stand in front of this guy, just real fast.
Which guy?
Yeah, this guy. Just gonna stand in front of this guy.
The other henchman?
Oh,
Yeah, he's unconscious, this guy.
Sorry, I'm not quite interested in... Well, whatever. Do you mind waking him up so we could ask him where my particular item may have gone?
I'm sorry. Just let's just hold on for a second here. Who are you?
Well, of course. Some people call me the Overlord of Yasaria. Some people call me the Prince of the Ice Planet Ramandi. Others call me the Devourer of the Great Dwarf Star System Somandius. Others call me Centurion the Fifth. But you can call me whatever you like.
Are you in the
Derek,
royal family,
okay.
mate?
I am in the royal family. Yes, certainly, of course. I am a prince to some, a king to others, depending on whose planet I sort of oversee or am the overlord of, simple stuff like that.
So are you from around this planet, or are you from a different one?
Oh, well, I'm not quite from this planet. I'm not quite from this realm. I'm not really a huge fan of this timeline, to be clear. I showed up, was going to check it out, see if it was going to be worth my time to destroy it, enslave it, conquer it, but there's not much here for the taking, and things move so quickly here that I'd really just like to get home. Perhaps you could all help me with that.
Connor just not be like, sounds fair enough.
Concerned should Hammer Chain be right now?
I don't know. How concerned is Hammer Chain?
That was a long list of names striking various chords of panic, along with a lot of convenient reasons for why they will not apply right now, for fortunate underling reasons. So, is this somebody that we want to help?
He sure sounds like a royal.
What, Erica? What does your character look like for me? I haven't seen a picture of them.
He's a young black man. He's about, what is he? He was about 21, 20?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Sure.
Young.
My character will sort of walk up to you and say, "I see there's a bit of trepidation, young man. Really, there's nothing to be concerned about. And in fact, I believe we have the ability to help each other. These gentlemen and their compatriots stole something very valuable, very important to me, which could be used to create massive city-ending, perhaps continent-ending explosions if used improperly, which I suspect is what they would want to do. And if I use it, it would simply send me back to the correct timeline where I could continue as things were, since there's not much here for me."
That makes sense, Mr. Devourer of the Ice Galaxy, was it?
Yes, in my culture, those beneath us give us the name, so whatever you wish to call me will suit my purposes.
Oh,
I vote again for Derek.
of course.
Not Derek, anything but Derek.
I knew a Derek once.
Derek is such a dick.
Can Hammer Chain kind of give the entire team a look is to say, is this a team up? Because this would be a fantastic team up if it was on the table. But also, should it be?
Moral quandary time.
I'm going to. I don't know if I would cast this, but I will invoke my poker face ability.
What is that? Tell us.
That gives everyone disadvantage on insight checks.
Ah, very cool. So
I would like to then roll insight to see if he intends to kill anything on the way back.
Go for it.
All right. This is going to be, we're going to see. And disadvantage, eh? All right. That's the first
Okay.
one.
And the second one is
one was an 18. So,
So
for what? Oh, that was the disadvantage.
Yeah, but what did you get? I didn't see it.
7 for 7 on the low one.
7. Okay, yeah. So you probably you can tell that this guy, is probably what he says he is.
He doesn't. Hammer Chain doesn't poker.
I consult the charm. I hold it
Ooh.
in both of my hands,
Ooh.
and the scales of it begin to move, and it begins to eat itself and shit itself out. And then as
Yeah.
that happens, I cast augury.
Okay.
Oh.
What is all-
And I ask the charm of the Ouroboros whether or not. So the way it works is the results of a specific course of action that I plan to take in the 30 minutes. You can give me wheel, woe, or wheel and woe, or nothing. So basically, I'm contacting the Beyond to try to figure out if an action is good. So my question is, I look at the charm and I say, will it be good for us to follow and help this man?
wheel and woe is such an easy answer. It's kind of like
I know.
bullshit. It's kind of like
A little
yeah, it
bit
could be
of this,
good
a
and
little
bad.
bit of
No. But you know what? I'll
Don't
make
lie.
it easier and I'll lean towards wheel. Noah's decisions notwithstanding. So long as he plays ball, wheel.
Wheel with an asterisk at
With
the
an
end.
asterisk,
Good.
Question mark?
So wheel and woe then is what you're saying. It's
but
mixed.
then isn't that just a waste of it? To me, that feels like
No,
some
it could.
bullshit.
Well, you could give me nothing as well. But
Nah.
if it is wheel and
I think it's
woe, it's
wheel.
wheel and
I
woe.
think it's wheel.
That's
You could also
informative.
just
No,
straight up
like
say
if it-
whoa.
I think it's
you know?
wheel.
Yeah.
Whoa, man.
I think it's wheel.
a wheel.
Okay, so I look into the charm
It's like round.
and then I look up and it says, I don't know why, guys, but I think I trust him.
Yeah, Connor will say something similar like, listen, when someone has had something stolen from them and they just want it back, I find that's a pretty big motivating factor. I say we help him and send him on his way.
Also, the royals are pricks, but we still follow them, right? So,
Bloom is Hammer
You
Chain's
might.
right now.
I will take the form of like an older like black man and put my hand out to Hammer Chain and say, "We could be friends for now, can't we?"
Is that more or less persuasive? I feel like it's more terrifying.
I was gonna say that one's knife edge for me. That might go the opposite way.
I feel like that is very much. Oh God, I hope he doesn't have hand touching poison powers.
Some of that poison
Vulcan,
nail
like,
polish
mind
from before.
melding.
Yeah, I have. There's a precedent for him to fear this right now.
Gary puts his arm around Noah.
Yes.
I've got blue shiny fingers.
That's true.
Just holding my hand out for a handshake.
He's gonna not accept it, but in a way, it doesn't seem like he's ignoring it. He's just gonna kind of casually as he can, swivel to Bloom to get her opinion, desperately hoping there's somehow a veto power in
How do you
her.
ignore it without ignoring it?
You just nod at the hand.
He's about to respond, so hold that thought.
Very good.
Cool.
Yeah, Bloom is standing there in the rain with her arms crossed in front of her. I saw this pistol, correct?
Yeah. That Noah's character. What do you want to be called, Noah? By the way, I had Centurion. On
Yeah, you guys can all call me
Derek.
whatever you wish. You can
I'm
call me
with
Derek,
Derek.
Centurion,
Derek.
Derek.
So you saw
That
Derek
is
pull
a
this
devourer, honestly.
the
Centurion
Devourer.
is
Derek
pretty
the
cool.
Devourer.
Okay.
Love it.
Derek the
Devourer.
Devourer.
Yeah, you saw
DD.
Derek.
Just call him DD.
DD?
I would love to.
Everyone get drunk.
Honestly, Bloom is a scientist. She is someone who really grounds a lot of her decision making in the tangible things she can measure and see in the world. And I don't know if she's ever really been presented with evidence of alternate realities and different dimensions before. So she's kind of suspicious of this entity just from the get-go. I mean, he's presented evidence of powers, of being super heroic like us.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I really totally
You're a
believe his
scientist.
tale.
You need the proof.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
just given what I saw of his pistol,
Yeah.
I want to see if I recognize that technology as having originated from Earth. Do I know any precedent, any other kinds of manufacturers?
I won't even make you roll because you're a scientist by trade. It is definitely not from Earth.
Sick.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I'll see this character sort of looking over skeptically, and as my hand is out, I'll just sort of like shake it, and the pistol will appear, and I'll just sort of reach over and extend my hand towards you so you can examine it more closely.
I am so glad I did not shake that.
Pistol appears.
He's got gun hand.
Bloom
Gun in
strides
your hand.
forward.
You're just happy to see him.
She takes a look at this
It's
pistol,
poker face. You don't know if he's happy.
and she's kind of speaking to herself as much as to her team, as much as to Centurion, when she says, "Yes, you do make a convincing argument as far as retrieving something that was stolen from you. However, I have, I guess, a question about why it would have been taken in the first place. This is a vault full of weapons and armaments that the agent retrieved from powerful and dangerous people. And I'm wondering why you were considered among those."
That is an excellent question, and from an excellent mind. You know, on my plane, we usually extract those minds and sort of transform them into maybe a hive mind to solve some really difficult problems. So I applaud your curiosity and encourage you to follow that. Why the agent took this from me, I'm not quite sure. It could be used as a dangerous artifact, which I'm sure someone is, as we speak and deliberate, prepping it to be used so, perhaps to destroy a powerful building, perhaps a mountain that would crumble and crush a small town, or some sort of dam that would just explode and have a cascade of water crush its underlying citizens. But I assume, took it from me for those reasons. I didn't plan to use it as such. I just planned to use it for my interplanar travel. I
Very much so.
And I've simply waited roughly 15 years to retrieve it. What I do suspect is that the same people who told the agent of my existence and of this item's existence were the ones who planned to steal it all these years later. So I suspect there is a bit of that the agent may not be as smart as he thought he was, and was played for the long game. But I can outlast him, and I can outlast all you. So I just merely offer, if you're not going to take it, I should probably be on my way. And he's going to take out a cellular phone, and he's going to...
What?
Wait, hold on.
Cell phone?
Hold on. And he is going to use his wealthy aristocrat background to, and I quote from the book, use his line of credit with a rideshare company to call a car.
That's
Perfect.
awesome.
Yeah.
Can Hammer Chain interrupt that with the handshake now?
And yeah, you'll put out your hand, and this being will shift its body into this like strange green and blue, almost like half lizard creature, and just casually take your hand and say, "Well, I have a rough idea of where they might be heading. I suggest we all move quickly. It doesn't seem like any of you fly. Am I incorrect in thinking that?"
Bloom nods.
Wait,
I love this like visual.
Oh,
like,
I mean,
that
I fly.
disappointed baseball team like looking down, like kicking the dirt.
I mean,
Saw how we flew.
I levitate. I flew last
Levitate.
session. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you do
Levitate.
levitate.
You
Yeah.
do.
Levitate.
Yeah, I
It's
can't
very
fly.
cute. Well, perhaps we should set off. Do you mind if I just probe the mind of this man you're standing in front of.
Is he going to survive that?
Of course.
Can I trust him?
You can roll insight on that.
I would like to roll insight to see how he defines
It
survive.
would still be with disadvantage, I'm assuming.
That is absolutely fine. I'm going to give it my dangdest.
You just
Well, that's-
look really hard at him.
Hammerchain.
Ooh, I'm
Oh, that's not
Oh.
terrible.
16.
Probably not.
Can
I mean, we have cut someone in half already.
unconscious?
We have cut people in
And
half.
blown people up.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys
I was
have.
about to say. Oh.
Can
I'll-
I?
No, go
Is
ahead,
there
sir.
some way for me to emphasize the poor, feeble mind of someone in this state and how he's no good to bother with? You can probably get so much more fresher probing memories from a healthier brain with less damage done to it.
We could wake him up and interrogate him as like a compromise.
Damn it, Connor!
Well, hold on.
So
Hammer
when
Chain
you-
I didn't
makes
say
the
that. That's
argument-
just Gary.
Fair enough. So Hammer Chain makes the argument that it's a feeble mind. I don't know if you're actually trying to like roll, or are you just trying to role play?
Yeah,
Centurion
you know, Hammerchain, I think you make an excellent point. If you would like to ask him a question or two, I would be happy to hand this over to you all. However, the clock is ticking. An explosive device, much more powerful than you all are really capable of even comprehending, is on its way to some location. I would very much like to retrieve it, because if they do activate this device's power, it will lose its ability to transport me to my original plane, and I would just really appreciate being able to get back there.
Listen, he may be an asshole, but he's not wrong.
We need to deal with this person kindly. Where are the tell us what you need.
Is it
My
true what
only,
they say
my
about
only
probing?
concern is that the last person we tried to interrogate, last person that Centurion, the Devourer, tried to interrogate, didn't know anything.
How much interrogation do
true.
we need, though, right? We were already en route to this location,
Yeah,
right?
so
Yeah,
you
just go.
know where the explosion came from. You know it was sort of the city center, the city hall, and you know that the chief told you that there was more or less a vault there. Now, Derek doesn't know that, but I think in terms of what he might specifically be looking for, there could be information, perhaps. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you slap him awake, you ask him a few questions. Is there any specifically that you want to ask him, Derek?
Again, I'm just trying to figure out if he knows where this item went. I have an idea of where it went, but I would like to be sure.
I think we follow the explosions.
Yeah, I think between the two, between the guy you sort of tried to read and this guy, you recognize that there must be a extant force sort of on the perimeter for people coming into the city center proper, protecting it, and that the actual core team that might have been interacting with the materials in the vault is probably pretty select based on what you know to be very powerful items. You know, you don't go spreading that around to random goons. And these guys are most definitely random goons. And as you say that, the ride share comes up, and Dwayne, your driver, rolls down the window, and he's like,
Dwayne.
"Hey guys, it's Dwayne. Who's going on the ride share?"
Dwayne, do you have room for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us in here? We're gonna have to squeeze in the back.
And there's like
The
a
name's
long
Derek.
pause, and then a smash cut to like everyone crowded in the front, and like there's like the Centurion like half sitting on Dwayne, and like he's like a lizard person, and he's just like, "This cool costume, man. Everyone comfy back there?" And like Hammerchain in the back with this big childlike axe between his legs, and fucking Connor, this huge metal dude with the metal hand. Just
I'm
like,
really sorry. My shoulders are a little bit broad here.
So, Harlan, now you can correct me, but we had talked about me having an understanding that they're probably headed to the dam. Is that correct?
So that was secondary. I'm cutting all that for sake
All right.
of time.
You tell
but-
me,
but
because
you
I
were
feel like
100% right.
yeah.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right. For now, following smoke seems to be the course
I
of
see.
action.
Yes, we'll just sort of follow
No, but
this
you're
smoke
100%
trail.
right. I did say that, and then I forgot about it. And so we're going to the smoke for now.
Big bang over there.
yeah.
Big smoke.
Big
You
bang,
follow.
big bada boom. And and as you sort of arrive to the city center, you see it in ruins. A large hole has been blown into the ground, revealing part of the subway system. all over the place.
While we're driving, sorry, can
Yeah.
I just
No.
fire off a bunch of cure wounds that I can do at will to get everybody back to full health?
Yeah, so Ranjit does that too, and I feel like there's maybe a competition.
Aw, that's cute.
Yeah, but can you do it like this?
So is this actually like a short rest? Or are we taking as well, like a 30-minute
I mean,
drive?
for more or less, let's
It's
call
a
it
really
short
nice
rest.
car.
That's great. I like
Oh,
that.
they,
Not,
it's got like
not a nice car.
Oh,
it's like a really, it's like Dwayne.
Is it like bottling out now?
Yeah. It's
But there's, like-
just dragging
but
it.
there's like some
1996
crushed
Buick.
Nutrigrain bars like tucked in the back
yeah,
pocket of the
yeah.
seats, so like
And a
we can
water
have a
bottle.
little rest.
It's like half filled.
Passing around the
warm.
Nutrigrain bar.
Are they half eaten?
Is
I don't need any. Don't worry about it.
Is the understanding that we are going to be working with this guy for a little while?
Oh, Dwayne? Absolutely.
Yeah, he's
As you
gonna be our
all
driver.
Exit the car. Dwayne's standing there, ready to like conquer whatever's happening next. He's like,
Yeah.
wow, and he like looks around. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, you are going to be working with him, at least for today's episode. But you do get there to the city center, and again, you see this large hole blown in the ground. This earth-shattering explosion. You see bodies lying all over the place. Police scattered, gunfire, bullets, and everything. There's been a war here.
I would just like to say, all of this could have been avoided if you all just listened to me in the first place.
Got it. Thank you.
That was helpful.
Moving on.
You're
Come on,
welcome.
guys.
You do
Bloom
notice
is
that they've been
tired of this
I
shit.
give Dwayne the 5 stars. 'Cause I feel bad.
Dwayne is standing next to you. He's like, all right, I know stuff. I can help. He's like really amped to come with you guys.
Get
Call me
in
like
here,
this.
Dwayne.
Is it just like a smoking hole and rubble in the middle of the city, or
basically there's a subway system in like the city center. It's
Okay.
sort of a nice stone area surrounded by with a fountain and buildings all looking in, and where this entrance was has now been blown open.
Okay.
25 feet across and maybe 50 feet long. Some massive explosion from around under city, and the entire ground around it is rippled with cracks where the cement just had this enormous pressure building up, and
Okay.
Dwayne's walking around with his like cell phone light out. And he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this is crazy." He's like, "Take pictures."
do we hear any like active gunfire, the sound of combat from somewhere around us? Like, is there any action going on, or are we
No,
late?
The square is quiet.
Man.
There's like the
well,
soft
I can
crackling of
help.
fire.
I
You
think
can
I
help
can
make
help you.
noise.
No, I detect superpowers.
Go for it.
Ooh.
Yeah, detect.
I do it. I just.
Yeah, no,
I'll
do it,
detect
though.
traps at the same time, and we'll see. We'll just
Doing
get like a.
I'm gonna
little report.
detect electricity. We're
do
all
it.
gonna
Okay.
fucking.
We all
I
detect
will stay put and keep an eye on the new guy because I don't trust in this guy.
Yeah, Dwayne is like, "Why do you keep looking at me?" And he like feels really uncomfortable with the way you're looking at him, Hammerchain.
Oh, Dwayne's not the new guy.
I'm part of the team
No,
now.
Dwayne is the new guy, though, technically.
The second penultimate new guy.
Derek is now like the common guy. He's like now there's a newer guy, the Uber driver, who's just hanging out. So he's walking
But
around.
Dwayne drove us. We're okay. He's fine.
So traps, superpowers, and electricity.
Oh, I
all
was
come
just
back pretty negative.
joking.
Yeah, I mean there's electricity
Oh.
everywhere, but more or less.
Subway. Makes sense.
Yeah, and yeah, where do you guys go? Where
That's-
you checking?
we-
out?
Shall we head in?
So does it look like there are any like policemen or civilians around anywhere? Or are we sort of in the underground tunnel at this point?
Yeah, so you're still out front right now, but yeah, there are police cars.
Yeah,
Some
so
of them
I think what I'll
overturned,
do
most
is
of them
I
empty.
will, but we don't see any like people around.
No,
Alive?
Everyone
No
is
people.
either
I
past.
see.
Yeah, exactly. There seems to have been some sort of battle here.
Okay.
All right. I think I'll change my form into like a very like rotund New York City cop and start like waddling towards the
Cool.
situation in front of me.
And Dwayne is just loving it. He follows you.
Hey, Dwayne, welcome aboard. You're going to die if you follow me.
Hey, cool. And he walks forward and sort of starts heading
That's
down.
what I like.
love Dwayne.
Oh,
I-
poor Dwayne.
I would love to approach this smoking rubble and perceive, just to see if there are any clues as to what happened here, how long ago.
Yeah, give me a perception.
Fucking bulk, nothing. I
Yeah,
got,
you got fucking bull nuts.
12.
Yeah, 12. Yeah, you can't tell from.
I'm gonna take a look too. See if I can see
I
anything.
got a 17.
Oh, yeah. So you can tell again what I've sort of described. But as
Got
you
it.
all... Would you get, Erica?
21.
Yeah. So
Boy.
you
Not to brag.
downstairs, as you move down, you see sort of this exposed subway entrance. You know, it's in shambles now. You know, many of the walls have been blown clear off. There's carnage everywhere. Bodies of citizens who are just going about their business seem to litter the subway steps as you're heading down.
All right.
Dwayne's just snapping pictures everywhere. And there doesn't seem to be anyone alive in the area. With your 21, you do notice that there are sort of stacked near the stairs some empty drums. And you go over and you smell them, and they smell like the chemicals that you guys found at the studio.
Oh.
Okay.
So this was definitely part of the major plan. And what did you roll, Gary? A 17?
17.
Yeah. You take a look around, and I think maybe with Derek, Derek the Conqueror, I think maybe you move around and, you know, I'm assuming, Derek, you're sort of watching as well, sort of, you know, nosing around as everyone's progressing. I think maybe between the two of you, his expertise in just being who he is and your role, you notice that some of the scorch marks, the fire marks on the walls from where some gunfire has been exchanged, do seem to be like pulsar, like scorch marks from a pistol not dissimilar to your own, Derek the Conqueror.
Oh, speaking of, did we pick up the modded pistol?
Yeah, no, it blew up. You went to and it...
Oh, it exploded. Okay.
Well, you should have picked it up too late. No, you left it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Dwayne's got it hanging from his rear view.
Oh, that's
I'm
fun.
just
I like
gonna
that.
put it now.
Can Dwayne have it?
Dwayne, just turn that around. You're holding it backwards, friend.
Perfectly spherical.
He turns it upside down. I got it right now.
Yeah, I think I'll sort of motion to the group that perhaps whatever battle was happening is further down in this direction.
Yeah,
Let's
and
go.
you continue. You moving forward in these tunnels. Again, the walls of the city subway system and even the ceiling above you—they're almost completely destroyed. However, as you sort of round past the corridor corner at the end of the hall and you turn, you do notice that the wall to the far right here seems to have only buckled. It sort of has this rippled effect, as if it's reinforced with something that makes it extra strong. And there's an employee door there, sort of, that you brush past. And as you enter, you see what was once probably a maintenance room, but now it's completely obliterated. The walls which stood between you and what lay before are leveled to reveal a straight, if not debris-ridden pathway towards a large vault door blown off its hinges. Something that cleared this area of walls surrounding it, but obviously there was an outer reinforcement that the agent must have built. It stands there, and even from within you can see sort of the pulsing white light and a very light thrum of what sounds to be maybe like an alarm.
Are there more empty drums around this area too?
No, it seems like maybe they were pouring something, or again, you can do a roll if you want to try to piece together what the exact process was, but more or less you know that this chemical that they were mixing that ended up being explosive was more or less put around this vault.
I want to roll to see how much of this I can expect to still be scattered around.
Yeah.
Because based on, I got 25 for that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Based on how much was at the start, based on how much I'm kind of seeing it could have been mixed here, how much more can we expect from a truck's worth, having there been multiple explosions, to still be around, ready to go?
I see what you're saying. So, like, are you worried about other sites that might explode? More, I mean, it's difficult to exactly gauge because you don't know exactly how much of the chemical was used, but you feel pretty certain that an explosion of this side would take a great amount. And from what you deciphered back at the studio, you think that perhaps all of it was used. This seemed to be their only target.
Okay, I feel pretty confident about that. Good.
Yeah, as much as Hammer Chain can be confident about something with a 25? Yeah,
25.
you're confident about it. You know everything. You're good.
Can I take a quick look around the vault? Has it been like scrubbed, or are there, piles of things that used to be in here that were overlooked? Did they take everything, or was there like a specific target that they...
Yeah, so you move into the vault. So
Yeah.
it's sort of just sitting on this far wall, and you all sort of approach, and entering it feels odd. The combination of security against absolute wreckage that is the subway system leading you here. It makes your hair stand on end. Beyond the door, the vault is more or less empty. There are, shelves that line the off-white walls. I mean, there's loose bits of money, gear, maybe the odd piece of armor left behind. You can give me a perception roll if you're
Sure,
trying to-
yeah.
Anyone can give me a perception roll if you're trying to look for more. What is Derek the Conqueror doing at this moment as you're,
I think they're just still trying to push forward because whatever he's looking for, somebody has. So all this sort of evidence of stuff they don't really care about. He's just sort of ready to push through that.
He's not frantically looking here, like in case they
No.
missed it, or you're confident they took it?
I'm pretty confident that they would have a hand on it.
Okay, yeah. So you kind of continue walking to the back. It does go on for a fair amount of time. Who all rolled?
10. Ugh.
10? Yeah, you don't find shit.
22, and I'm looking to see
Listen
what...
to you.
That's the only thing I'm good for, guys.
I love it.
Yeah,
For what's remaining, how dangerous that stuff is to kind of compare what's missing.
Yeah, you can't even tell. It's just shelves of emptiness. But you do find something fun. You find in like a weird little, almost suspended in a clear plastic case. And you know what I'm picturing? If you ever bought like Chess X dice, you know how they...
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like that, but it's suspended as a single pill. And it's just sort of on its side. There you go, Joe. Hold on. Let me get you Vanna White this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would like to hold it up.
If you want, you can give me a roll on it, or Ranjit. I think you have an ability to detect items or something.
Hand it over to Ron.
Well, yeah, I have an occult skill.
Yeah, give me a roll.
So I look into the charm of the Hurburus, and I'm gonna go ahead and roll my occult. This is with a +7.
I love it when you say that.
Me too.
Do you like my accent? Oh, God.
Unlucky.
What'd you get?
1.
For one.
Okay. So yeah, you don't know shit about it.
It's a Flintstones gummy.
It is. But it's like one of the old chalky ones, Which they... Who
This is obviously Genghis Khan.
Classic version.
knows what Flintstone is?
Well,
anymore?
we were talking about this because we
Yeah.
got Flintstones vitamins for Henry,
there's no
and he was
cultural
like,
reference
"What's
anymore.
this? Like, who's this guy?
The
He
minute they
doesn't know
stopped
what
selling
Flintstones
cigarettes,
are."
Flintstones went downhill.
I'm reporting you guys to CPS for that.
Do it. I don't know what that is. What's CPS?
Child Protective Services.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think Canada.
Culture.
Oh yes.
It's like something.
Connor has like a background feature for his criminal background. It's called like Know a Guy. I think it would be a stretch to see if it's useful now. Does he know anyone in the criminal underworld that is expecting shipments of anything out of the ordinary weapon-wise for doing bad things?
You know what, Gary? You're too handsome. Give me a roll. I love it. Yeah, give me a. I want to say a luck roll, but this isn't Call of Cthulhu. Just give me some roll. Whatever
give you a
think's
roll.
appropriate.
I'll add my dexterity to it because that makes sense. I won't.
Do it.
I got a 14
Dexterous.
on the dice, and I
You're
don't. Let me see if there's any.
You're
any
searching your
applicable-
phone. You're like doing
Dexterously?
Just see if I
you're
know a
quickly,
guy.
Like checking to see what you got.
The
James?
BlackBerry that Bloom
No.
fixed.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
BlackBerry.
All right.
Because
Go
of his
to-
metal
Get to know that,
hands,
bro?
Because of his
the
mental
touch screens don't work.
The internet. The Wi-Fi got knocked out.
Not down here. Are you kidding?
Whatever, 14 plus. Yeah, you're good. You know a guy that's looking for something. More importantly, you know, and you're piecing it together now. You know that a big, like a shipment of power pulsar weapons, like these sort of futuristic weapons that almost seem, impossible to come by. That there were a few connections of yours that were talking about getting their hands on some of these weapons. And looking around at these big empty skids, maybe there's even a case that's open. And as you walk over, you see like the perfect, outline of the punched,
In the
punched,
foam?
interior,
Yeah.
the foam, yeah,
Yeah.
the foam interior of like the gun. And you're like, wait a minute. You take like Derek's gun, you put it in, and you put it. In. It's like, oh my god, it's the perfect fit.
These are very similar. Very similar.
Cracking the case, buddy. Cracking the case.
Meanwhile,
I'll tell everyone all this stuff.
you're pushing forward, Derek the Conqueror, and Dwayne's right behind you, and he's like, "We got this." He's like so attached to this.
I love it.
weird,
You gotta
fat
tag
New York
along.
cop now as he's like moving forward, and you notice in the back, unlike the front that's destroyed, there seems to be another entrance that's been carved in here, but from the inside out, and in a much more fanciful way, with much more precision. Is the word I was trying to.
Interesting.
Yeah. I can do it.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, are you in there alone? Basically, or is everyone else still in the foyer vault?
Well, Dwayne's there.
Dwayne's
I
there,
keep
yeah.
saying foyer and not foyer.
I'm sorry. For the
Foyer
Americans,
too.
the
It's
foyer.
Canadian, I think.
Thank you. I
foyer?
didn't understand.
Sorry,
No,
I'm sorry.
Foyer.
You guys
I
call
say
it
foyer as well.
Foyer.
A foyer.
I always said foyer.
Yeah,
Le
that's,
foyer.
yeah.
Um,
Maybe it's French Canadian.
That sounds so.
So
Yeah.
there's this.
Now we
there's
say it
this
too.
sort of ornate door in front of me.
No. It's been carved out, but with much
I
more
see.
precision than an explosion. It looks like, and
I
again,
see.
you can kind of tell right off the bat that this was very purposely, with a bit of time, drilled. There might be a small explosion in, but it just seems like an access route directly out of the vault that's been made on the inside.
I'm gonna turn over and say, Dwayne, I want you to head in there. Tell me what you see.
You got it, buddy.
Whatever.
I like you. And he
I
gets
don't
down on
care
all
about
fours,
you at all.
And he starts.
Go on.
And he stops. He's like, "Wait, you don't? You said you don't care about me?"
That's correct. That's exactly what I said.
Derek's royalty.
Is there anything that I could do to maybe convince you that we could at least, be equals?
Dwayne's too pure.
No, just go in there and end this conversation with me.
All right, fine. I still like you, I guess. And he gets down on all fours and he starts crawling
Poor
through.
Dwayne.
And you wait there for a moment, and you wait there for a moment, and you wait there for a moment. And then you don't hear anything else.
No.
All right. Should be fine.
You in there, Dwayne?
Where's Dwayne?
You in there?
Star Trek reference.
Yes, absolutely.
Doesn't that mean he's a commander?
I
or
wasn't
something,
picturing
though?
him wearing a red shirt. I don't know.
Answer
Are
the
the commanders now?
I think he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt, ironically.
Ah, yeah.
It might have tigers on it, palm trees.
Something like that.
Oh, I'm Dwayne.
Here, Ranjit's
I
been
have
like,
become
call me
Dwayne."
Dwayne.
Yeah, eventually you all move back to where Derek the Conqueror is looking. I'm assuming.
regrouping.
Yeah.
Dwayne, our Uber driver, and our ride out of here, having gone through the hole, making no sounds, is a bad sign.
Who knows?
Can I
And there's
follow
only-
the civilian?
Absolutely. Hammer
All
Time,
right.
get
Only the
right
hole
down
in the
there.
bottom. There's no like
Yeah, I mean,
upwards
it's
way
not
to get
like
it.
tiny. It's big enough to to pass through. I just for context, like actually, it's big, and Dwayne crawled on all fours for some reason.
I'm not gonna call that. Jesus,
It's like, I got it.
being so
He's like-
extra. Jeez.
You just
He avoided a trap. It was
That's right.
over.
But I'm gonna rush in after.
Yeah, I'll go with
Yeah,
hammer
I'll
chain, but
follow.
I'll crawl on the ceiling. Just like spider climbing.
nice.
Excellent.
Just to be cool.
Great.
Love that.
Just,
I'll-
just
I'll-
like,
I'll-
just 'cause I
They're
can.
still watching, just for the background, be like, yeah, this is great. Multiple trap detectors.
Yeah.
And what are you doing, Ron?
I'll-
Derek and
I'll Dr. Manhattan float in the back, just float behind everyone.
I'm just walking in and playing on my phone.
Yeah, I'm just striding forward.
yeah.
That's how I go.
Yeah, and you move through this hole cut in the wall, and eventually it sort of turns into pipes and concrete, and you see that you've emerged in what looks to be a large car park of sorts. It looks to be this might be where they have unloaded lots of stuff. The foot traffic here moving back and forth seems pretty well worn. And as you exit, you don't see any sign of Dwayne, but what you do see is a very large, well-armored semi-truck just sort of turning the corner, maybe a couple 100 feet away. And then to your immediate right, you see another semi-truck sitting parked. And there's sort of two dudes at the back, like loading up another crate of guns. And I don't know. Everybody just give me a stealth roll.
Ooh.
Wait, who fucking cares? They just look at you. They're just like, shit. And they quickly run towards the front of the car.
Yeah, I'm gonna
and,
interrupt that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
push.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run forward and zap the guy who's going for the driver's seat.
Yeah, give me a roll.
That's 23.
Yeah, zap, like electricity courses through. He just goes like stiff and falls flat. The other guy like is going for the side door, but he's like,
Can I
pulling
close
it's
it?
Still locked.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, he's just like, He like panics, turns around, and then he just like runs off to where's the car parked. It's like 100 feet, just still running.
Great.
Continuing.
Bloom is gonna start running for the driver's seat of this truck, and she's like, "Come on!"
Yeah.
Gonna follow.
You run for the driver's seat, and you jump in. You grab the keys from the guy. You go to start it up. There's sort of 2 seats in the cab, and there's this moment where you're all sort of like looking at this truck, and maybe Ranjita's like closing up the back or something like that, and you're like, well, shit, like how are all of us gonna fit in the cab of this truck? And then all of a sudden, Dwayne spins around in the fucking car.
Yeah,
Like,
Dwayne!
and he like reels down the window, and he looks at you. He's like, I saw that they were driving away, and I figured we'd want to chase. Get in,
We'd lost
motherfuckers.
you.
Yeah.
You may
we
have
lost you.
Uber, but I'm glad you're giving us a lift.
And he like, that's
Nice.
and the door like swings open, and he's like, "Who's getting in?" And he's ready to go. So Bloom, you're taking the
I'm
semi.
getting
Yeah.
Ranjit,
I'm
you
getting
dive
with
in the
Dwayne.
back of the Uber.
Can I
will,
just? Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
wherever the Conqueror is going, I'm following him. So I'm assuming with the weapons.
Yeah, let's hop in the back of the Uber. Hard Scrabble, come on, get in this car, Hard Scrabble.
Okay, I'll go
Close
with
enough.
Hammer
That makes
Chain.
you McCormick.
Oh.
You Hardcastle and McCormick.
So you guys are
He
in.
sounds like we're all.
Connor, you're going with Joe.
No, it was everyone in the Uber except for me.
Connor
Oh,
went
was
in.
it? I'll go with Bloom.
Yeah, there's like a moment, like in every, when you're a teen and you're like looking, you're like, oh, I'll go in that car, and then there's like one driver by himself, and then Bloom just looks sad. She's like, that's okay. Like I didn't want. And then
Don't
Joe's like,
worry,
no, I
guys.
want to. And you're like, no, I don't want you. And you're like, no, I will come. She's like, okay, well then we can just come on, hurry up. And then everyone like,
I went the way by mistake.
Dwayne slams on the gas. The wheels spin and screech in the car park, which is extra loud, as we all know. And he storms out of there, hot on the trail of the semi as it's cruising onto the highway. Directly behind, the truck is gearing up and rolling up behind. It's got so much more power behind it. But obviously the car is fast. In a matter of, just a few minutes, barely, you are hot on the tail of the armored truck with the semi coming up behind. The highway is clear, Matrix 2 style, and as you kind of come up alongside this, Dwayne is like keeping pace with it. He's got driving gloves on now too. He's like, he's cranking "Come On Eileen" just like
I don't
full
think
blast.
anybody
Yeah.
else needs to play anymore. It can just be Harlan talking about Dwayne, and we
we're
all
just
can
gonna-
log off.
That's it. Yeah.
Be
Tell me
excited
about
about
the
it.
gloves in the vault too. Like you just snake them and just
Yeah,
like.
he's just there. I mean, you
I
brought
like how
him.
he got
You
to
see
his
that.
car. He was like, "They're gonna
Yeah.
need me," and he ran to his car some other way
That's
and
just
got to
Dwayne,
his
man.
car.
That's who he
He
is.
stopped to buy driving gloves and like
Dwayne.
a velvet scarf.
Yeah, he bought it. Yeah, he didn't have to. He like bought it. Anyway, so he's keeping pace. And he's like, "Go get him, guys!" And he's just zooming alongside as the semi's coming up.
Cool.
Let's all roll initiative.
Ooh,
Do it.
motherfucker.
23.
Oh, that's definitely not PG. We don't allow that one at all.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Just joking.
Can't fucking
Are
believe
you
that.
sorry?
11.
11. All right, Ahmed.
Wait, how did you roll 12? I rolled an 11. Did you get a -1?
Oh no, I did roll a 12. I'm sorry, I confused us. No,
it's okay,
12.
it's okay.
12.
That's why you guys are getting doubles all the
Yeah.
time, because
11.
Erica's just looking at Ahmed's
Joe.
dice. 4.
And then, again,
That turns out to be
Yeah.
it.
Gary.
23.
23. Noah.
9.
9. Perfect. Top of the round, we got Gary. So you are in the semi behind, and I'm thinking you're sort of coming up. From your perspective, you see the
Okay.
semi truck directly in front of you, maybe 30 feet from the nose of the semi to the back of the truck. And the Uber is sort of off to your left, almost sort of between the two, speeding up a little bit, slowing down, speeding up a little bit, slowing down. Yeah, you're up. What do you do, Connor?
So I don't have any real ranged ability. Am I to assume that the stuff in the back of the semi is that stuff that like is usable by humans, or is it like beyond the ability of a human to use? Because I could take one of those out of there and try shoot the wheels.
Oh, in the back of yours? Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could also just jump for it.
Oh, that's better. Yeah, I'm a jump.
I don't want to tell you to play, but jump for it.
I didn't realize
Jump
we were
it.
that close, but if I can jump
you will
from
be.
one moving vehicle to another, I'll definitely do that. He likes to
I mean,
have the
that's
gun in
all
his
I
hand and just be
Superhero.
like, no, never mind, and throw it away. And then he'll like jump onto the next vehicle. So
Yeah. No, what'd you get?
1.
No!
No.
1.
Connor's
Oh, boy.
fallen.
Man.
Yeah, so Connor, you
Pick up some burritos.
you like jump for this
I'm trying to see if
thing,
there's
and
any way I
just-
can get out of this.
Just as
No.
it does, the truck like
fuck.
speeds up a little bit, and you like go falling down. You know, you see from the side of in the Uber, you know, Dwayne and Derek and Ranjit and Hammerchain all watch him sort of fall with like the sparks of your gloves and face masks just tsh, 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 and you slam into the front end of the truck, and you're gonna take some damage, and then you're gonna have to give me a roll to see if you can hold on. Give me a dexterity save. So you can take 4
Okay.
points of damage, which ain't that much. Should be more, but
Oh, I actually have a cool feat called
no, I want you to use
Nimble.
your hands, but nimble works. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, Nimble lets me add my proficiency bonus to Dex. That's all. And hold on.
Do it.
Okay, so that's gonna be 16.
Yeah, you hold on. Your metal claws grind into the front grill of the semi. And
This was a mistake.
Watching, yeah, these two like, and you know, you give the thumbs up to the other truck to know that it's still alive. Hammerchain, you've watched this all happen. Your turn.
How close is the car to the semi? It's on the side of it, right?
Yeah, close enough to jump on it if you want.
Fantastic. Well, I don't know if I can jump on it immediately, but at least I'm going to roll down the window. I'm going to be going out through the window as much as I can. I want to take the axe. I want to swing it into the side of the trailer, getting myself a good first hold into it.
Nice.
And then I want to take my little side mini hammer, the only one my sister didn't take, and I want to start getting my way up it, climbing.
Brilliant. Yeah, give me an acrobatics or strength, or I mean whatever you want to justify.
Let us do acrobatics.
Yeah, to me it could be like an attack if you wanted.
That is a 14.
Yeah, you're
right.
good.
Nice.
You sink your hammer or your axe into the side, and rock climbing style, or I guess ice picking style. You start climbing the side of this thing, hand over hand.
I should have done that.
Hammerchain's a climber too. Like he can climb as fast as he can walk.
Oh,
So
brilliant.
I want to see how far along I can get to the cabin of this truck.
Absolutely, and in no time you have made it to the top. You were standing on top. You're like at the far back. This is a big, 18-wheeler or 72-wheeler or 220-wheeler. You know, it's just like miles long. And you're at the back, and you're sort of standing there, gaining some purchase against the current. You know, the rain now. The lightning is lighting up the city around you. The rain is just spitting down, stinging your forehead as you're shaking on the roof of this semi, and they almost notice you, but it's Ranjit's turn first.
Dwayne, get behind the truck. Get right behind it. And I'm going to try to climb out and jump on the truck.
And he plays the soundtrack to Tokyo Drift, and he just like drifts.
Yeah.
In the rain.
Don't we have
and,
battle
like,
music?
gets
Play the
behind
battle
it.
music.
Oh yeah, we got battle music, don't we?
Is this the
I mean,
type
that
of car that
really
can
is-
go under the truck?
Yeah, no, I wish. He's like-
The truck.
he looks at you, he's like, "Don't worry, Ranjit, friends for life."
Yeah.
He like does this spin. It's like, and he gets right behind it, and he's like, "What now, buddy?"
I'm going to try to precariously climb out onto the hood and jump onto the truck.
Very like awkwardly.
Yeah. Oh, like I've never done this before. I'm terrified.
like
And
Mr.
I
Bean, you're like-
actually don't even want to roll like I made it. Like I just
Yeah.
get out to the roof, like, and
Okay.
that's it.
So
I
you
can't
take
really.
your
I get
time.
terrified.
It's like
Everyone's
really
getting out
sort of
there.
awkward as you get one foot onto the
Oh.
roof, and then you get your other foot onto the roof, and yeah, you eventually get onto the roof, and it's just like clinging, and the windshield wipers are going, and perfect. Yeah, that's where your turn ends. Hammerchain,
Yes.
however, you notice something. You see two big goons climb out of the front cab and work their way up to the roof of this semi, and they begin walking towards you. They end their turn maybe about 15 feet away from you. These two hulking, large guys. And they can only move because, again, it's a long truck. Derek the Conqueror.
So, are there any like openings in the cab at all, or does it just seem like the windows are completely closed and whatever?
Yeah, let's say there's opening.
Yeah. So I think what I'll do is
That's smoking. He doesn't want to be rude.
Yeah, really nice guy. What I will do is I'll open the door to the Nissan Altima, and I will just fly directly towards the open window and then attempt to use my contort ability if I can to try and fit through the open window.
Sure.
Yeah, so that would give me like a +5 to a dexterity roll.
Go for it.
All right.
Well earned.
See if this happens. 17.
Yeah, you make it in. You sort of contort past this person sitting at the wheel of this semi truck.
And I think when I go in, I look like our Uber driver. I look like him, just to spread his legend across the land.
Yeah.
Do you have the gloves on?
I look like Dwayne. I've got the gloves. I've got. Hey, what's up, guys? Time to die.
Yeah. That's what he does. Yeah. And you're sitting there in the passenger seat. You're sort of sitting between these two, this sort of scrawny-looking guy with these big, thick gloves in the front. And then sitting next to him is this big, meaty-looking guy with broad shoulders.
I think that's probably all I can. Well, and then as my bonus action, I'll do my Thorn and Claw ability, and just my fingers will turn into like just really sharp knives, basically.
Nice.
Through the gloves.
Okay.
Yes, they're fingerless. They were already fingerless.
Oh,
But of course.
They're knuckleless. Cool. They're fingerless, knuckleless. They're not even really gloves. They're just thumbs. They're just thumb
Hand
wraps.
wraps.
They're hand wraps, yeah. Brilliant. Bloom, you are driving the semi. You see Connor clinging to the front of it. What do you do?
Yeah, man. I want to stop this truck. I know all my friends are on the outside or variously trying to get inside, but I'm worried about their safety. I don't want this high-speed chase to be going high-speed for too much longer. So I'm going to, with the DM's permission,
Of course.
reach out with my command substance ability, and I'm going to turn off the power to the intersection, to the lights at the intersection ahead of us. Ooh. So that hopefully we cause some kind of traffic jam / accident, thereby halting the progress of these
going full
vans.
I thought you
That's
were going to
right.
turn off the car, but you're going like full.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
do it.
I
love
thought
it.
she was
Yeah.
gonna like mess the oil up or something.
Doesn't matter though. She did this. It's awesome. Yeah, you reach out and you do that. This like cascade of electricity fires across the roof. Hammer chain. You see this bolt just soaring from the cab behind you. The two dudes there like look up over their shoulders as it zaps the lights and makes them all green. And suddenly this cross section on the highway for some reason. These cars just start smashing into each other and piling up as these cars are like these trucks are,
Bodies
like,
flying out of the
just
windshield.
human
Carnage!
Just all these innocent. No, I'm kidding. They're all safe. They're all fine.
Everyone's
I can see
got their
Erica.
seatbelts
It's all
on.
good. They're
They
all
wore
like
seatbelts
they're-
and hard hats.
Friendly carnage.
they all have insurance. In fact, they needed the money.
Strangely,
Can't
there was
escape when
a
the truck hits them.
yeah,
That's
it was
they
actually
try
a
to
Nazi
escape.
parade, and
Yeah,
the
it was
Nazis
Nazi
just kept
parade.
crashing into each
Yeah,
other.
like, all of them. It's like
Dang,
it's
shoot.
like David Cronenberg's Crash. They're all really into it. Everyone loves it.
Good.
Anyway, so the trucks are still like barreling towards this essential traffic jam carnage up ahead. Great job. Anything else you're gonna do? They haven't hit yet, but they're going.
I think that's my action, so I'm just going to try to drive safely.
Brilliant, Connor. You are clutching to the grill of this.
So-
Maybe Bloom speeds up a little bit to give you access right before.
Also,
remember?
I'm on the front of the truck I was already on. Obviously,
Exactly.
I for some reason thought it was like a wand could somehow get me even close. All right. So if we're close enough to the other truck,
Yeah.
is the outside of the truck something Spider Climb works on?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
It's a spider climb truck. It's all over the truck. It literally says this surface.
Climb
It's
any
like a video
truck.
game where it's like
Spider
surfaces
climb.
that
All
move.
the
They're like,
trucks.
this can be climbed.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try again to jump onto it and try spider up the back of
Yeah,
it
you're
to get
good.
on top beside hammer chain.
I mean, spider climb is automatic. It's a spell, right?
yeah.
So I'm gonna say it works. She drives up. You
I'll
put
wait.
one hand on it, and you start climbing up. The issue was the first time you didn't even touch it. You know, like you couldn't even
No.
get there. So
Trip
now
on the
you're
way
like
up. Oh, Jesus.
spider climbing it up.
Cool.
There is an optional collateral damage system getting added to the game, by the way. So
But not
we're the ones that
today.
will cut our teeth on it, but not today. Is it Nazi collateral damage? Yeah, you spider climb up. That's your movement. I'm assuming the spider climb isn't an action, or is it?
Well, I would assume it is still going from the last time I cast it. But if we'll say it isn't, then yes, it
Still
is an
going.
action.
You're good.
Okay,
You have your
then-
so you have your action.
If I'm close
So
enough
you
to attack
see-
anyone,
So Hammer Chain is standing next to you, about 15 feet away. And I'm
Okay.
going to say, the semi is only like 15 feet up. I don't know. Whatever. You still have enough movement to get up there and do some damage because, come on.
yeah, let's give it a go.
Give me a heads up. I'm not going for these guys.
You're not.
I'm not going for these guys. So if you're going
Okay.
up there, you're doing a solo thing. Do you want the shield?
If you're definitely not gonna attack them, I'll at least go in towards attacking. And yeah, if you want to give me the shield, that would be appreciated.
That works.
Which you'll
Give
have
you
to do on
shield.
your turn, though.
I'll have to do it. I'm just gonna go there first.
Yeah,
I can
you have
just
to do
throw
it.
it your way.
So you run up.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try hit one. Like,
Do it.
it's going to miss. 8.
8? Yeah, no, you miss. But it still looks cool. There's like water flying
These
off
are
you
the
guys
red-
as it's whipping by. These big guys are like trying to dodge your strikes as you're like just going right up into their guts trying to... I mean, that's not sexy. Anyway, and you stand
I'm all up in your guts.
and you're standing there ready to attack again. Hammer Chain, it is your turn.
So just vantage point of seeing this carnage is we're gonna have a talk about that later. But 80% of his mind is thinking cool.
Yeah.
So
for sure. And it is
lightning
cool.
going off, water
Yeah.
flashing everywhere. He's a climber. Like I cannot stress enough, he's good for climbing. He doesn't want to go for these guys. Can he get him to climb on the side of the truck, climbing his way horizontally? Because I want to get him to that connection part. I know his name for it. The connector between
the connecting part. It's
between
what
the
we're calling
cabin
it.
and the actual trailer itself.
Yeah.
I want to start smashing at that.
It's called the Derrick. It's named after the Conqueror.
Derek.
You do that. You flip over the side and you start. Wait, what? Like climbing your way, just like
Hammer
digging
racks.
your weapons into the side of this. It's brilliant. Yeah, you're climbing all the way across. Why don't you give me a climb check? As you said, you're great at it.
Do I do a climb check if it's supposed to be just like?
Give me just an athletics or acrobatics, whatever you feel comfortable with. I mean, straight up, normally you should be able to climb surfaces. The counter here is it's raining. The car is moving. There are some factors here.
He's doing it with some finesse. It's a whole flare thing. 19
Yeah, you're great. You're doing it. The rain is whipping off you.
in time with the buffets of the wind and the crash
You see
of the
this
lightning.
like flash, yeah, but it's not a flash of lightning. Just Dwayne's taking pictures, and he's like, "Oh!" He's in front of the car, which is right next to it. I don't think I was in the car anymore, but he's still there. And he's like worried about the car accident. But then he starts slowing down, and you climbing over, and you end up making it to the Derrick, and you're standing there between this like junction where
To decouple it.
To decouple it, yeah, exactly. And I'm gonna say that's sort of your movement, more or less. So if you want to try to decouple it, you can.
Sweet. Decouple the Derrick.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, Connor did say for the shield, though. Don't forget that.
Oh, sorry. Before I even went, because I need both my hands. Fling it over.
No, not even before you went. You're like standing on the Derrick, and you remember, and you just toss that thing straight up.
Even better with the
And-
wind.
It goes
Yeah,
up
and
into
it's gonna
the
come
magnet.
back to you on your turn. So like it'll have like or like as the guys try
It's
to
just
attack
spinning in slow
It's just like-
motion in the air right now.
you. No, she tossed it so far up. Or he did.
Like he threw this thing. It's perfect. Magnet shield. Use the power of that.
Power of magnets.
Shield.
So that is a 17 to
Yeah.
decouple the Derrick.
You take a huge hit. Give me damage.
All right. That's fantastic.
Lots.
It just does lots on the die.
Just lots of
so
damage.
weird.
It's just lots.
That
Big
is
amount.
13.
13 damage? Yeah, it
13
is.
damage.
barely hanging on by a thread.
Oh, well,
It
then
is
I'm gonna
just about
finish
to
this
snap.
thing up with a combo attack.
Do it unarmed.
All
So
right.
like you like get down and you reach in.
This is everything my sister is going to kill me for.
Yeah.
This is oil, right? 18 for that one.
Yeah, you do it.
And this is me using my fists because
Yeah.
I that is 5 damage for that one.
Yeah, you're done. You reach down and you just like pull at these wires and you
Nice.
you lift this. There's like, you know, your muscles are rippling, the water is pouring down your forehead, lightning is going off in the background. Derek's doing something in the front cab with the boys, and you're pulling this huge like metal thing that's connecting them, and it just comes loose. It goes flying off into the street with a ding-a-ling, and the trailer smashes to the ground. Sparks fly up in this cascade towards the front. It just starts like turning on the fly, like. Connor, give me a dexterity save or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What's
I
up?
I'm gonna save for these.
16.
16. One got a natural 1 and one got a 2. So the two dudes, you see Connor, these two dudes are like reeling back, ready to punch you. You hold your hand up and the shield just comes down, and even before you can bring it, you feel the decoupling. They go flying off in either direction, just like gone into the darkness, like pulled away by some object. And it starts turning. Bloom, you are seeing this happen, but right now it's Ranjit's turn. Ranjit, oh, you're on the roof of the car, Dwayne's car.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I look at the truck because I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna jump, and then
Yeah.
it starts turning, and then I'm like, no! And I get back in the car with Dwayne.
Yeah, and Dwayne slams on the brakes, like the car skids.
I hug
in the
him.
rain. Well, yeah, and he
Aw.
hugs you back. It's like kind of he's like got one hand on. He hugs you fully first, and then he's like, "No, I got to drive," and then he slams on the brakes and it starts turning. And as that happens, it is the bad guys' turns. These two guys are just flying. The two guys in the cab with you, Derek, I think they're kind of like panicking now because they see this thing decouple. I think the one guy next to you maybe just like leans out trying to get hammer chain. His head's sort of just half out the window, and he's going to pull out one of those other sort of laser pistols. He's going to try to shoot you from around the cab, and he tries to hit you with a 18.
18.
No.
That would hit. That would hit.
So yeah, he fires at you with this pistol.
Shooting Erica?
Shooting hammer chain. Yeah, because
Hammer
she's in the
chain.
back of the thing trying to
fault.
decouple
Should
it.
have jumped. I should have
With
jumped.
10 damage. He fires
Ouchie.
at you. It burns into your shoulder. Yeah. He fires at you, and the guy who's driving is sitting next to you, Derek the Conqueror, and he is going to turn to you. You see his fists charging up with energy, and he is going to just try to punch you in the face with a 19 to hit
19 will hit.
and a 22 to hit.
That will also hit.
Okay, he is going to lay some hefty blows on you, my friend. That's 2d10. That is 9, 10, 12. So that's 12 damage for the first one.
Ouchie.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Ooh, whoa! And 19
Truckers
for
are
the
pretty
second.
tough.
Oh, no.
Damn it.
God.
Yeah. Yeah. So he just like
Holy shit.
wham, wham, right?
How
'cause
much
you're
in
like-
total?
So I don't know, 19
31?
plus. What did I say?
31.
Plus 12?
Yeah.
31.
How many hit points do you have left?
Oh my god.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Are you still standing?
Yeah.
I'm still up.
Sitting?
I'm still standing.
Yo.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, he just smashes like it's like a double whammy. Like he only hits you once maybe, and it hits you in the face, and then your head hits the back of the glass or something.
Ouchie.
And as you know, you just see that red. It's your turn.
So is the front of the cab completely separated and we're moving in opposite directions now?
So the back, yeah, exactly. Yes, the front is still going towards this car crash, which it's coming to in like a matter of seconds, and the
Right.
back is now just on its own skid.
So it looks like this cab is just gonna just absolutely smash into the carnage in front of me. Yeah. So he just punches me in the face twice.
Yeah.
And I'll sort of like look over, and this like strange yellow liquid blood will just gush out of my nose. And then I will use my unseen step ability
Nice.
to
Nice.
just just basically disappear and then appear 10 feet behind the cab and do like a 3-point like skid as the cab keeps going forward into like a.
Nice.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I think as you do that, you see Hammer Chain like she's still on the back, wounded.
Oh, Hammer Chain is still up there.
Yeah, all right. He's standing like on the dislocated cab part of the disconnected.
Can I? All right. Okay. Sorry, I didn't get. Then can I do this as I'm doing my unseen step? I'm also as I reapparate like right behind the cab. Yeah. I'm at the same time going to send out use my bonus action to use my helping hand to grab Hammer Chain and pull him off the back of the cab at the same time.
100%. And like as you do that, this fireball erupts from the cab as it smashes into this Nazi parade, and like all these spiked helmets come falling down like lawn darts.
I'll turn to Hammer Chain and say that guy punched me in the face, and it hurt a lot.
Did you learn a lesson?
I feel like
anyway, should we go check out what's in the cab?
Are we out of initiative or are we still running?
Yeah, you're out of initiative, I think.
Cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to turn and start to head towards this cab, see if... Hammer Chain, should we go check and see if what we hope is inside is inside?
Yes, but out of curiosity, are you aware that you're bleeding? A lot?
How bad is it? Is it like a lot of yellow blood? Is it a lot of blue blood? Or is it green blood?
I'm going with yellow.
Yellow, I'm fine. Nothing to worry about.
Different facial organs that are.
He'll do it as he
potentially
like
injured.
does like a full snot rocket of just a huge explosion of yellow goop on the floor.
Like
Nothing to worry about.
That's great. Bloom
Strangely
Jack.
dignified in its
You
own way.
need a fucking like rhyme for that. Yellow, it's fine. Like,
Yeah.
one of those things. I can't rhyme. It'd be good.
Bloom just like jackknifes the truck
Yeah.
so that it blocks the traffic from like coming up on our position.
Perfect.
And she hops out of the cab.
Yeah, and Bloom, Ranjit, you get out, and all of you.
Dwayne, to keep it running. Keep it
Yeah,
running.
you all converge on the back of this truck, and as you crack it open, you're greeted with these, these shelves, more or less, these stacked crates. I kind of picture you, frantically.
Yeah, I think I think he's really in there just trying to throw all these like really expensive, sort of strange pistols and rifles out of the way, or whatever else might be in there, strange metals or other objects, sort of looking for this item.
Exactly, and then all of a sudden, like an aha moment, you find it.
Yeah, and I think he pulls up this just like a very plain circle. There we go, and.
There you go. That's even better.
And it basically has like two handles on it. So it's like a circle with like a centerpiece and a sort of slit down the middle, and then two handles on either side. And he says, I found it. This is truly excellent. Well, I appreciate all of your help. You have been most useful to me, and now it is time to use this thing. Hammer Chain, would you like to do the honors with me? And he sort of takes one side and extends, sort of in the similar handshake, the other side to Hammer Chain.
I kind of feel like the adrenaline of getting shot hasn't been cooperative about this. So yeah, Hammer Chain, despite his better sense.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a moment you like move off the out of the back of the truck. Just
yes, we're outside. Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe like it's the highway is next to like a forest even. Like you kind of get off and you're walking a little bit into this field, this sort of calmer setting for a moment.
As we're sort of walking and I've set this up, I've said, Hammer Chain, if you wanted to return with me, we could have great use for you. You seem like a charming young gentleman, somebody who could learn and discover what it means to kill, to rule, to destroy. I think you really could have a future in it. I see a pain and a darkness in you, which I think would fit well in my time.
The offer, tempting though it may be, brings back that little note of hive mind and extraction, and also no.
Well, perhaps I'll return and show you what I'm capable of. Give this a yank, if you will.
he does, hoping he's not making a terrible mistake and not missing out on any great opportunities, and yanks on the other side of the handle.
Yeah, you pull it and just this like sort of like and this bright light, and you can see that this being sort of forms completely drop, and it's just like this white angelic light, almost like this godlike angel who says, "Thank you, my underlings, for the assistance," and then and just disappears.
I'd be happy to be your protege.
And you stand there in the field next to nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to stop there for tonight. Excellent job,
That
everybody.
was great.
That was great. I loved it.
That was so good. Noah, great job. Wonderful
Thank you guys for
character.
having
Very
me.
fun.
So much fun. This is an awesome game. I'm so excited. You guys are so great. Thank you all so much. I
you're
really
great.
appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Noah.
We appreciate
thanks
it
for
so
coming.
much. Thank you for everybody who checked in. Lots of comments that I was too excited.
Brains in jars.
Lots of brains and jars going on. Yeah, thank you so much to everybody who watched. Thank you sincerely again. Huge thanks to Noah for coming on. It was an absolute blast. Make sure you check out his Twitch channel. You said you're streaming tomorrow? You
Please,
starting off?
yes.
Yeah.
First time tomorrow. Star Trek, sci-fi, and brains and stuff. So it'll be
Everyone,
fun.
brains and jars. It's all good.
Show
Yeah.
him some love.
The Type 1 Trekkie, you can check it out on Twitter for that. On Twitch for that. They sound similar. And we'll be back next Monday with Chapter 6. Again, thank you again to the wonderful players. Thank you to S5E, and make sure you consider checking it on Kickstarter. Kickstarter's over, but you can find other ways to purchase it. That is it from us. As our new friend Noah always likes to say,
Live long and prosper, baby.
live long and prosper.